This is first day of walking group. It's a beautiful morning. You can see the sun behind me there, and you can't really see it, but there's a really nice cloud line that's just behind me. We're waiting for our Führer. Okay, so hello, this is Vishwash here, and can you tell me? Okay, the audience members. I'm deleting that bit.
Yeah, I'm the brother, the main antagonist of the play.
Bye. Here we are in the pit. We've done it. We took the grate off, we smashed everything to bits. We've got the pit now. Pretty cool, hey? That's my shadow. Not bad. Lots of manpower, lots of lifting, lots of smashing. And we've created a lack of tank for everyone. So what I'm showing you here is the erection of the shower cubicle. As you can see there, you're sort of starting with 4 bamboo posts which make a square, and it's just over the running stream anyway, so the idea is that the water just flows off the concrete slab and just flows where the wastewater would be going anyway. It was quite the job actually to get things level just with stones. And also it proved that the community wasn't really sure what this object was for, because we found that one of the villagers had actually defecated inside it, which is not at all what it was intended for. So now we're moving over to the main work zone. This is where the tank was demolished. As you can see, a huge difference has already been made. They're dumping a lot of the earth and dirt and soil and stuff to the side, but saving a lot of the rocks, as you can see there, because they need to be used for the construction for the new tank that was about to be built. So everybody was joining in using pickaxes, shovels, their hands, using sacks to transport the dirt away. More on that later. Here you can see the shower cubicle taking more of its ultimate shape. This is a layer of tarpaulin that we have wrapped around these 4 surprisingly stable bamboo posts. Getting this tarpaulin to stay in place was quite a challenge. A lot of string had to be used. Some different ideas were played around with about how this shower is actually going to operate. One being to have a suspended bucket up above the shower itself, which would somehow tip, but that was too ambitious of an engineering task. Ultimately what happened was people would use it simply by standing inside the shower cubicle with a bucket of water with them. I just had a giant ant crawl into my shoe. It was in the work area. That may have been the ant or one of its cousins that went directly into my shoe. But you can see that it's basically wet mud that we're working in. You hit one rock, all the splash wet comes completely dirtifies your leg, which I had. Got so annoyed with the level of dirt on my leg that I just chucked my leg underneath the tap, and so now I have totally soaked boots as well.
I'm looking at the wall. Don't take the videos. Just get lost, moron. Get lost.
I want to see how dirty you are.
I'm so dirty. I'm the dirty person in the world. I feel like a dirty man, you know?
This area that we're moving into here was the effective slurry pool that we had to work in for many days at a stretch. You can see my foot going into the dirt there. So this pipe was flowing from our water source area, which was just a shallow little puddle basically. And at this point the pipe was just balancing because we had fully exposed it. This is going to be silent video, so yeah.
Wapo.
Oh yeah, that bridge, that drawbridge, couldn't be better.
I need to light that middle one.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Woo! Happy birthday!
Isn't it a work of art? Isn't it fantastic? Have you seen the drawbridge?
It's a very cool drawbridge. I did that.
I don't know who to look. Happy birthday!
Come on, where's the cake?
May it be duly noted that I am sick of eating the same food all the time. I've got the old diarrhea again. Feel a bit sick as well. So I asked them to not give me any more goat. I think they're giving us goat testicles. They're so chewy. Last night we had a locust or a praying mantis or something. It was making the same noise as a cricket, but it was a ginormous cricket. It was, you know, big, 3 inches long. It was in our room. I noticed it and I thought, it'll be fine, it'll just stay there. And it didn't stay there, it started doing its noises, and God, it was so loud. Little crickets are pretty loud, but imagine one that's like 50 times bigger. It woke me up. I whacked it towards Satish with a slipper, and he murdered it. He just went, duck, 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 duck. Totally dismembered it. Anyway, chucked it out of the room. This morning we saw it, it was completely crisped with the sun. We had a lizard on the roof, had a spider under the bed, had flies out everywhere.
Oh, wait!
In the desert.
And I'm very happy.
Handbrake turn.
Water source.
Brilliant.
Is it this much?
This is Nepali Harley.
Is this the bread?
Yeah?
How does that make up? The hair I did it. The hair part.
You did the hair?
The ponytail part.
Nice.
You all get in the picture. Team. The team that's on Rittik's team, that side.
Got a lot of people working on the project today. We've been doing a whole range of stuff like smashing rocks, chopping wood, clearing the path of the toilets, still transporting the grit and the sand down to the central area where we're going to build the tank and build the toilet stations as well. So it's been quite productive, and we've got the whole community involved today, so that's really positive. Because earlier on we've just kind of been working a little bit unbeknownst, but now I can see my team totally interstrewn with all the members of the village, which is pretty cool. So yeah, things are really good, and I think we're quite ahead of time in terms of how much we've accomplished. We've got our project partner here, we've also got our project partner engineer here as well, so they're kind of joining in with the unintelligible conversations about things. I've been partitioning stone quite successfully.